So my name's Greg Stetchu. I'm the guitarist, music director for FireHill Worship. I've been playing here since I was a kid. I learned to play guitar here in this church. Really been playing worship music as long as I can remember. For me, it's a way to express the things that words can't necessarily express. I find that I worship and I pray more effectively through music than I do any other way, and for that reason, I take every chance I get to worship through music. The three of us sat down and said, the Psalm says, play skillfully, and are we playing skillfully, coming together once a month and just sort of banging on acoustic guitars? And we came to the conclusion that the Lord deserved more from us. We were capable of more, and He deserved everything we were capable of. So at that point, we made a decision to give ourselves a name, which sounds corny, but it gave us some level of accountability, right? And so we chose FireHill Worship because of the verse that says, I'm the light of the world, a city on a hill. And we took that and ran with it. And, in that vein of bringing the greatest sacrifice that we're capable of each time we get together. As far as influences, we're actually heavily influenced by a lot of the evangelical and non-denominational Protestant worship teams that are out there, and we've tried to bring that sound and that vibe to our Catholic faith that's so important to us, and try to find a kind of an intersection between the two. So Abbey Fest is a really special day. It actually was born out of a kind of a dream Mark Griswold had as he was doing a morning meditation walk on the Abbey grounds, and he looked up, out at the field and said, "Boy, that's the perfect place for a Catholic music festival." It grew into essentially all-day music, worship, food trucks, Catholic artisans. People from all walks of life really come together and worship and just have fun. There's some years we've had bounce houses and things for the kids, so it's just a really fun, special day to come together and celebrate, what we have in common, which is Jesus. One thing we've always done with Abbey Fest from the start is strive for excellence. It's very similar to what I said about FireHill Worship and bringing the greatest that we can in terms of sacrifice to the Lord. And we really don't cut any corners with Abbey Fest. It's professionally produced, and the acts that come are really top-notch folks. We've had many years. We've had Matt Maher headline and lead worship for Adoration. We've had Sidewalk Prophets. We've had Mac Powell. Countless folks that you're hearing on K-Love and the radio. And then on top of that, we try to sprinkle in some kind of up-and-coming Catholic and Christian artists of all different styles and genres. So it's a pretty eclectic mix of folks. But I've never been disappointed with anything I've heard on that stage. I think it's our job to change the world, right? We were put here for that purpose. And I think Abbey Fest is a way of doing that in a much more further-reaching way than maybe we can do on our own. My hope is that Jesus is glorified. My hope is that people's hearts are brought to Him. My hope is that people's guards are let down and they experience Him in a different way than maybe they have in the past, and that they leave different than they were when they came. Abbey Fest provides a safe place for people to let their guard down. I think that Abbey Fest meets everyone where they are. Abbey Fest doesn't meet anyone anywhere. Abbey Fest allows Jesus to meet people where they are. It provides an outlet to just really relate to people's inner hearts. And I think, going back to what I said about music, I think there's something really special in the language of music that speaks to everyone's heart. That's part of the reason that different genres of music are on that stage, and there's different folks kind of worshiping in different ways, just really to meet everyone in a different place. And my hope is that it does that.